Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jack, this is Jthbooks, and it's time to start the reading vlog where I read what you voted for. We do these once a month, you should know it's coming by now. Good morning, friends. Oh, I nearly was going to be like, good morning, we talked the whole night through. If my nan was still alive, she would have loved that. That's what we used to do together, watch those old movies. That was random, but that's what nearly came out of my mouth, Like I said, it is time to start the reading vlog. It's a Monday morning. There's no other time to start it, is it? What else would I rather be doing on a Monday morning than talking to you two? You two? There's probably only two people that watch this, that's to be fair. You all. But to be fair, there is actually nothing else I'd rather be doing. This is fun. I enjoy it. And I have to say, this will be we're getting towards the end of September here, and this will be my fourth physical read of the month. It's not going great. It's been much maybe quality over quantity this month, but the reading has not been going great. So let's hope this is going to turn it around. I always find that when I'm reading for you to talk to you all, it sort of spurs me on because I really like talking to you all. So let's hope it helps. But we had a choice, didn't we? We had a vote. We had a democratic vote between change or like a love story, and the winner was, and you have seen the thumbnail, so you already know, it was Like a Love Story by Abdi Nazimian. Now, all I know about this is it's YA and apparently very sad, so my cup of tea. So let's find out what it is about, shall we? It's 1989 in New York City, and for three teens, the world is changing. Reza is an Iranian boy who has just moved to the city with his mother to live with his stepfather and stepbrother. He's terrified that someone will guess the truth he can barely acknowledge about himself. Reza knows he's gay, but all he knows of gay life are the media's images of men dying of AIDS. Judy is an aspiring fashion designer who worships her Uncle Stephen, a gay man with AIDS who devotes his time to activism as a member of ACT UP. Judy has never imagined finding romance until she falls for Reza and they start dating. Art is Judy's best friend, their school's only out and proud teen. He'll never be who his conservative parents want him to be, so he rebels by documenting the AIDS crisis through his photographs. As Reza and Art go closer, Reza struggles to find a way out of his deception that won't break Judy's heart and destroy the most meaningful friendship he's ever known. This is a big-hearted, sprawling epic about friendship and love and the revolutionary act of living life to the fullest in the face of impossible odds. I mean, it does sound brilliant. It does sound like it's going to break my heart, though, but you know me. I don't mind a bit of heartbreak. Like I said, it's Monday. I will get some reading done, but as you know, I am a manager now at my work, and it's sort of taken over my life, really. I'm having to go out for lunch today to discuss work. Listen, I know it doesn't sound that bad, lunch. I love lunch. But, I'm not going to get paid for talking about work for 2 hours. But, so that is the plan today. My friend is away and I'm having to feed her cat. You know the cat that hates me. We'll talk more there, probably. I'll probably do some videos from there, talking about the book, because it'll just be me and the cat won't talk to me because he hates me. Yeah, so a few plans today. I need to make some content because, like I said, it's sort of taken over my life, my job at the minute, and the content has sort of taken a back seat, like on everything, on Instagram, on here, on TikTok. So if you'd like to follow me on any of them, it's always linked down below. Come chat to me. Instagram, you get more of an update, in real time, and TikTok, you get when I can be bothered. So yeah, it's all sort of taken a bit of a back seat. So that is what, today is going to be dedicated to my love of talking about books, hopefully. So, yeah. Shall we start it together and see what happens? Let's start it together. Oh, I'm a bit nervous for this one because I really want to love it. Oh, that's really pretty. I really want to love it. It's got a James Borden quote in the front. It can't be any better, can it? Reza. There should be a limit on how long any human being has to wear braces. Also, there should be another Reza, there should be a limit on how long any human being has to wear braces. Also, there should be another name for braces. Mouth invaders, maybe, or teeth terrorists. Although I suppose an Iranian boy these days shouldn't even think about the word terrorist, so I take that back. Maybe I should just call them friends. They've accompanied me as we move from one country to another, but it's been 3 years now and I'm done. Tomorrow, I start my senior year of high school in a new school in a new city. This is it, my last chance not to be invisible. We all felt invisible in high school, didn't we? I think so. Very relatable. I've never had braces. I was told by the dentist I was going to need them, but it never happened, so who knows. I will get some reading done. I'm going to make some content, and I will catch up with you later. Friends, I've still got my sunglasses on. I thought it was dark. I thought it was dark in here. I'm at my friend's house, just feeding the cat. The cat is eating. Doesn't give a crap that I'm here. Not one single crap. Pikachu ever. He's pleased to see me. He must be. It's later in the afternoon. It's like 4:30 now, and went out for lunch. Went out for my work lunch. Listen, I'll be honest. You know, I'm trying to figure things out as a manager. So I work in a restaurant in a garden centre. It's nothing fancy, but you know, we do homemade food and everything like that. And we went to sort of our biggest competition to Spy, because there's a lot of garden centres around. They all have restaurants in, so we went to Spy. We ordered lunch, and you know, they were more expensive. Nothing was homemade, and they're our biggest competition. People sort of come and tell us that they're cheaper than us, but they're not. They're not. The people, they're lying. I've seen it with my own eyes now. I've paid the price, literally. It cost me a pretty penny. So that was just my afternoon, really. I'm trying to organise a breakfast with Santa for children in December, and don't really like Christmas. I don't really like children, so actually I do kind of like Christmas sometimes. Just I like the idea of Christmas. It just never quite pans out, does it? So yeah, that's my afternoon. I only read a chapter of the book. And it's obviously it's going to be in different like multiple POVs. So I read Reza, and the next page was, I think his name's Art, and yeah, it was just Reza like saying how he's come over from Iran and they left during the revolution, and he is gay, but no one else knows it yet, and just sort of fearful of being who he is and starting a new school. And his like new stepbrother has told him there is only like one out gay kid in the class, and that's enough. And then he looks him up, and that's when we've got onto Art's perspective. But that's all I got so far. That was all I got so far. So, but you know, I'm enjoying it. I did enjoy the first chapter. It's, you know, we've all been there. We've all been there, starting school and being nervous and having to hide who you are. It's terrifying. So it really resonates. But just as I was leaving the house, the postman, he gave me a parcel. So I thought we could open it together. Oh my God, the cat's looking at me. Please don't attack me. It won't attack me. It'll just hate me. Oh, it's leaving the room. It's left the room. Imagine being on your own, a house on your own. He's never been left alone before like this. So I come visit him, and he just doesn't care. He's like, yeah, I'll just go in the other room. I don't want you. It's harsh, isn't it? Bye. Yeah, bye. So rude. But let's open this together. Well, I'm going to have to sort of open it off camera because I'm holding my phone. I've only got one hand. But let's open it together. It's double packaged. It's double packaged. I don't think any of us expected that. I just expected to be in there. Are you excited, Pikachu? Hey? Are you? Okay, let me try this now. I do know what it is. Let me get it for you. It is When Haru Was Here. Now, this is the author of, I can't remember. It's You Reach Sam. He is the author of You Reach Sam. And I'm not sure if these are connected, or maybe Harry was a character in that book. I'm not 100% sure. The cat's just come running and going nuts. But look at the pretty sprayed edges. This, I had to buy it's from a website called Books, Please. It's because I wanted the hardback to match my other hardback, and I couldn't get it in here. But yes, I'm very excited to read it. It's, how do you say goodbye when you can't let go? Oh, it's going to be a sad one. Also, Gaze the Word have just put up on their like sort of social media that they've got signed Garth Greenwell books in. So you know I just ordered one of them, of the new Small Rain, which I read and really enjoyed. So now I'm going to have all his books in hardback, and I'm going to have one signed. So I'm very happy about that. But I'm going to chill out with the cat who's gone behind a curtain. Oh my God. I'm going to chill out with the cat for a bit, give him some company. He doesn't want it, but I give him some. And then I'm going to go home do some work for work, read, and then I'll check in with you tomorrow. So I will see you tomorrow. Say goodbye, Pikachu. Everyone's so rude. Okay, I'll say goodbye. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Hello, friends. It's Tuesday morning. Now, I said I was going to update you when I got to my friend's house this afternoon to feed the cat, but I read 100 pages last night. I read 100 pages yesterday. I can't remember the last time I read 100 pages in a day. I couldn't tell you. It feels like a miracle has happened. So I thought I'd update you. I thought, yeah, it's before work. It's 7:30, but I've got to talk to my friends. That's what I thought. Just to say, I read 100 pages. And like I said yesterday, we get a point of view from each of the characters. Reza, Art, and Judy. So we have Reza, who is starting a new school, is gay, but very unsure of himself, does not want to be gay at all. And then we have Art, who is sort of the only openly gay kid in the school and very passionate about his AIDS work. He attends the protest with Judy and her uncle. And then we have Judy, who is Art's best friend, you know, isn't like the other girls in the school. No boys really fancied her or anything like that. And she loves her best friend. She loves her uncle, wants to be a fashion designer, and very much, you know, goes along with Art. And I am really enjoying it. I'm very interested in how they're each so different. I mean, her uncle as well has AIDS, is very ill, and I just know by the end he's not going to be around, and that's going to be quite upsetting because they both so look up to him. They think he's the greatest thing. He's really doing brilliant activism work, and I think this book shows sort of how scary AIDS was at the time. Like this is set in 1989. My sister was born, but I sort of grew up in the generation after AIDS almost. And I sort of saw all the stories on TV, you know, when they sort of start making like the dramas or they put the characters with AIDS in the soap operas. That's what I grew up with. So I didn't really necessarily, I wasn't there for the time. I was there sort of for the after effects. But yeah, you know, I think, you know, it's going to be interesting. I'm enjoying how different they all are. I'm enjoying how this book sort of speaks to the power of protest and how powerful it can be. They can be, and that they do work. The only thing I'm not 100% keen on is Reza is very drawn to Art, but also sort of terrified of him because what he means about himself. Like, he sees himself in Art, obviously, but he doesn't want to. So he's drawn to him, but sort of hates him and all that. And Art has also sort of read the situation right, that he, like, Reza likes him, but he sort of made a move on him, and Reza was like, no. So that's an interesting dynamic, but I'm not 100% keen on he's sort of like going on a date with Judy, and I can see why he's doing it, because a lot of people do it. You know, they're like, no, I'm not like that. I'll go out with a girl. I like a girl. I understand that. But I think it's just going to be hard to read from Judy's perspective, because she's very much like, someone likes me. Finally, like, it's my turn. And I just feel bad for her. I don't think that's nice to read when we know as a reader he's just sort of using her as a cover-up and using her as fear. And I'm not like 100% keen on that. But everything else about the book, I'm very, very interested in. So, yeah, I just thought I'd update you. I clearly had a lot of thoughts on it, didn't I? And I thought I was quite articulate for 7:30 in the morning, because, like, normally I don't speak till like 9 o'clock, even with the people. You know, I pick 2 people up for work. I don't talk to them in the car. They can talk amongst themselves. I wish that wasn't true, but it is. But yeah, so I might take this with me today to work, and then I might have like a little read while I'm feeding the cat at my friend's house, you know, just some peace and quiet. And then I'll give you another update there before I leave. So I'm going to go to work now. If I bake anything, maybe I'll show you. I don't really get much time to bake anymore. I have to be in a lot of meetings all the time. But I will speak to you later on today. This is the book, by the way. I've taken the cover off. I like this, but it's just a bit plain, isn't it? But anyway, not the point. I'll speak to you later.
Hi friends, it is Tuesday afternoon now, and I'm at my friend's again to feed the cat. And you know, it's just been a bit of a day today. It's just sort of turned into a day, and I'm just feeling a bit sad. I'm just feeling a bit ugly, and my skin's really bad at the minute. So I just thought, you know, I'll bring my book here after work, and I can just have a little read. And I did, and I've just chilled, and I've read 30 pages. You've seen a bit of it, and yeah, I just sort of need that. I've got a bit of a headache. You know, it's just one of those days. But in the book, like I said, Art has got the right impression of Reza, but it's also wrong. And he sort of assumed that they might have it like each other, but Reza's like, no. And then he's going on a group date, Reza, with Art and Judy and his uncle. And yeah, then Reza gets there after he's turned down Art and been like, no, I'm not like that. I'm not like you. And now he's gone on a date on his own with Judy. They've shared a kiss, and Judy just really likes him. So again, it's just another thing I'm finding like a bit, it's just uncomfortable with that, because I just want, like, you know, I don't want Judy to get hurt. You don't want to see that. I don't want to read that. But, you know, it's just well, it's not just the way it goes. It doesn't need to happen that way, but it looks like it's the way it's going to go. But yeah, that's, you know, it was just another 30 pages. It was just them having a nice time on the date, and Art being like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. I got it wrong. Please don't tell Judy. I don't want to do that to her. So yeah, it was just that. It was just that. And that's it. Now I'm going to feed the cat. Do you want to see the cat? Let me quickly show you the cat. Dexter. Oh, doesn't it get more menacing in that light? Oh, look at him getting the golden hour glow. Golden hour glow, Dexter. Look how furious he is. He absolutely hates me. Okay, let's go back to the book. Actually, I'm a bit scared because I've just got to go out the back door to put the cycling bin out, and I know he's gonna go make a run for it, and I'm gonna, you know, lose the cat, and so I'm a bit scared. But yeah, so 130 pages, you know, starting yesterday. I'm quite proud of that. Should I try and get over 200 pages today? Look, Pikachu's with me. He's like my best friend at the minute. Do you want to say hello? Yeah, so, yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I'll try and get 200 pages tonight. I've got to go do a bit of shopping for work after this now. And, oh, Dexter's on the move and he scares me. Don't pop that balloon. He didn't. Okay, so I will catch up with you tomorrow at some point, I am sure. And let's pray. Let's pray the cat doesn't run away. Please.
The cat got out and he will not come back in. Look, now he's being filmed, he's come back in. That's wild. Caught red-handed, that was. Good boy.
Good afternoon, friends. It is now Wednesday afternoon. Pikachu, he's behind me again. I know, it's weird. This is the last day I will be in this environment. This is the last day I'm feeding the cat. So I've just got to put the recycling bin in. I've left my friend a little note for when she gets back, to welcome her back, and to tell her I borrowed her reusable bags because I need them, and she's not here. She's out of the country, so I think that's only fair. But I didn't think I was going to get a page 200 last night because I didn't have a great day yesterday. Headache. I just wanted to chill, but I did get there. So where we left off yesterday, we've moved now into December 1989, and Reza and Judy have been going out for a couple of months, and, you know, she's very much into him. He's very much not. Like, really likes her as a friend and respects her for the type of woman she is, as gay men often do, but doesn't love her. And I am feeling sorry for her, of course, you know, I've explained that already, but people sort of are saying to her, like, you know, he's like, you know, homosexual, right? And she's like, no. So I don't think it's going to totally come out of the blue, because she's like, wow, he really is obsessed with Madonna, you know? So, and I also feel sorry for Reza, because he's like, no, I've got a girlfriend, I'm not. But that Art is very much like, yeah, you know, where if he's talking about, like, Madonna and how she's sort of for the gay community, he's like, yeah, she's for our community. Or his stepbrother's like, you know, he's gay, right? Or his sister's just come into town and she's like, oh, that Art's really cute, don't you think? So no one's giving the poor bloke a break. Let's be honest. No one's giving the bloke a break. So, yeah, it's immensely readable and I am enjoying it. I am. Wouldn't say I'm like 100% in love with it at the minute, but it is immensely readable. And there's like a conversation between Judy's uncle Stephen and one of his friends who just lost their partner to AIDS, and they're both dying of AIDS. And oh, I could have cried because they were sort of talking about how you know, they wish they had gone first, but they're also kind of glad they didn't go first because they wouldn't want their partner to be in this pain of losing them. And it was just really sad. And I think, you know, sometimes this topic gets a bit saturated, like with how much it's been done. But at the core of it, it's so sad and it's so heartbreaking and it so didn't need to happen the way it did. We all know that, but I think sometimes we forget that. So when you get a really sort of emotional bit like that, it really hits home, and it really did. I really could have cried. And I have a feeling it will make me cry on that front. But yeah, I look at Bijou. He's just like, yeah, I agree. But yes, we are. Well, I'm gonna go for. I'm only gonna go for 250. I'm only gonna go for 250 today, because I want to go to bed. Now I need to go do some shopping for work. I need to pick up some things for work too, so we can figure some things out. This didn't used to be in my life, and it is now, and I'm no massive fan. But I quickly want to speak to you about work, because as you know, we have the free book exchange there, and I often put books there. I do. And where I've been getting rid of some of my queer books, they go on there. And there is somebody else, some stranger, I'm believing to choose, some handsome man, is also putting queer books on there. And we can't connect. We cannot connect. I never see who it is. I never see them doing it. But there's just a flurry there of queer books that I haven't put there. And I'm thinking, should I leave a note in the queer books that I'm putting in case he's picking them up? And be like, hey, it's me. I work in the kitchen. Say hello. But also, you know, we all know I'm too shy to do that. That's never going to happen. But I can't help but think it's the start of a romantic comedy, and that man is probably going to be my husband, and I'm probably going to get married and finally be happy. Probably, yeah? Do you agree? So, that's happening. When I get to work tomorrow, I will show you the books he's been putting up. And they're like, some of them are like smutty ones, okay? So, you know, that's what I'm going to say on that, friends. But I will show you that tomorrow. I know. I'll keep telling everyone about it, but no one really cares. But I know you all care. Because you've got my back. Well, I'm going to go do some shopping now. I won't see you tomorrow. You'll see me tomorrow. You'll have to hear me tomorrow. And we'll talk some more. Okay? Goodbye. I made it to page 300. And you won't hear me say this very often. And I don't like to say it. But I was wrong. I was wrong. Now, obviously, you know, he was stringing Julie along. Let's not beat around the bush. That's what he was doing. But I thought he was going to go on to the end of the book. You know, I thought, blah, 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 blah. He's told her. He has told her. Basically, they had a night, like an evening alone in the apartment, or a flat here, if you live in the UK. And they, you know, she got down to her underwear. She was like, let's take this further. And he told her, he was like, you know what I'm going to say. I'm gay and I like art. And she was pissed, you know, rightly so. But now they've all fallen out. We've like moved on. That was in December. We've now moved on to May 1990. 2 years, guys. And great things happen. I'm born. I don't know why I said that, because this isn't real. What was I going to say? Yeah, Judy and Art are no longer friends. It brought out some more sort of deeper issues for them in their friendship. And he is now with Art. After he sort of broke up with Judy, he rushed to Art to say, who was at a protest at the time, and said, you know, I'm only here for you. I'm here for you. You're the one that I want. And then they get put on the news. Then they get arrested. It was a rough day. But that also means his mum, Reza's mum, saw him on the news. So he's come out to his parents. But they're all like in denial about it. Art's parents are horrible about him being gay. So while it's got sort of the sense of community from, like, you know, the protesters and all that, it's quite a hard book to read because everyone outside of that community, you know, hates it. And it's hard to read. And I know that was sort of more the attitude of the time. And I know it still is today. I'm not being ignorant, but it's just hard to read. Yeah, I think it does some things really, really well. I think it, like, obviously Art and Reza are together now and they want to do more, but, you know, Art knows all the facts about AIDS and, you know, how it's transmitted and everything like that. And Reza, even though he does, he's still fearful. He's still really scared. And I think if you were a young sort of adult coming up in that time and you wanted to start exploring sexually, you would be terrified. You absolutely would be, even if you know the facts. Because I think when it intertwines with your shame, it's just a double barrel for you, and it must be so hard. So I think it captures that really, really well. I mean, I will say, I feel like I'm reading a Madonna fucking autobiography, because she's mentioned on every other page. And I'm like, I'm not a Madonna fan. If you're a Madonna fan, good for you. I'm not. And every other page, I'm not even lying, like, Judy sort of tried to dress like her to impress Reza. He's got posters on his wall. They sort of sometimes quote their love for each other in Madonna quotes, and I'm just eye roll, you know. But I actually looked on the author's Instagram page, and he loves Madonna too, so it makes sense. It does make sense. So I think it does all those things well. But I think that so maybe the thing I'm struggling with, and the thing the book maybe hangs on, is the relationship between Art and Reza, and you know, I think I'm sort of struggling with that a little bit, just in the sense that because he gave up his whole friendship with Judy for Reza, and, you know, essentially Art liked him for like a day. He thought Reza liked him. They touched fingers on the subway, and that was it. That was enough. And that's a lot, you know, to balance a book on, I think. You know, with the sort of romance carrying it through, it is. But, you know, they're getting together now. They've sort of just maybe decided to go further. They've said they love each other. Art and Judy haven't spoken for months. So, you know, I think that's the only thing where it's letting me down a little bit. But like I said, it's immensely readable. I'm enjoying it. And, yeah, that's it. When I get to work, I'm going to show you those books on the book exchange. So, you know, get your hats ready for the wedding, because you're all invited. Okay, that's what I'm going to say. Right, I'll see you when I get to work.
Do you see what I'm talking about? See, I told you. Look, and there's more. Let me quickly grab more.
Actually, forget it. It's gone.
Good morning. It is Friday. Do you know what? I had not thought of this in ages, but there used to be a child Welsh opera star back in the day here, and her name was Charlotte Church. And she's well in her late 30s now, I should imagine. Maybe even early 40s. But when she grew up, she had a chat show. Don't ask me why. She was an opera singer. But the theme tune, it was this. It's Friday, the week is over, you're feeling knackered, who gives a shit? That was it. That's all I can remember anyway. But when I said Friday morning, that's what I nearly sang to you. But I did end up singing it to you anyway. But like I said, I finished the book. But first, I want to open some book mail with you. Can I, please? Come on, it's Friday morning, end of the week. Give me a treat. It's arrived. I'm pretty sure this is Small Rain by Garth Greenwell. It's got to be. It's got to be. Is it from Gaze the Word? It is. It is. Look. Okay. See that if you ever order from Gaze the Word, this is how it comes packaged. But it's signed. Is it signed? Did I order the right one? I now own a signed Garth Greenwell book, one of my favourite authors. I'm very happy. I am very, very happy. But let's wrap... Not this book. Let's wrap... Where is it? Where did I put it? Friends? Let's wrap this book up. No, I'm going to try and wrap it up without sort of spoiling the end for you, because I realise this has been quite spoilery, but if you want to read it, I think you probably still can. What I will say is Judy, she hooked up with Reza's homophobic stepbrother. I couldn't believe it. I mean, okay, good on her, kind of, but also, Judy, what? But, how do I, let's just wrap up. How do I feel about this book? It was good. It wasn't great. I'd probably give it like a 3-star. I think, the best part of the book was, sort of, the Uncle Stephen bit. That's the only bit, sort of, like, his journey with AIDS, and, you know, it's obvious from the beginning he's going to die, so a little bit of a spoiler, but not. Like, his sort of death was quite sad. It didn't make me cry. But there was a bit, like, with Judy's mum, because, you know, they're close. She sort of helps look after him towards the end, and he sends them away to a Madonna concert, all of them, for a treat, and when they come back, they find out he's very near the end, and she was like, why would you ever send me away? I would just want to be with you. And that just reminds me of me and my sister. That's exactly how we would be. You know, we're very close, and I'd be there for her and she'd be there for me. So that is the only bit I felt myself go a bit like, But other than that, you know, I I felt a bit like that was all rushed towards the end. You know, he died, and they had a memorial for him, but then it was very much sort of 20 pages left and rushed. I will say, like, sort of the last art end chapter did make my jaw drop a little bit. I was like, but yeah, I don't think the romance worked for me. I don't think it was strong enough to base it on. But I I just felt, this can sound weird, but I felt it was a bit rushed towards the end, but also a bit long in the end. And also, if I thought Madonna was a feature in up until now, the second half, like what I read after I finished I Last Spoke to You, it was just more Madonna. There's actually 2 whole pages on just Madonna. I was like, and then weirdly, I went on my Instagram, it was all about Madonna. And then I'm in a group chat on WhatsApp, and people were talking about Madonna, and I'd had enough. I nearly deleted Instagram and blocked everyone on the group chat, but I didn't. But it turns out the author really loves Madonna, so it makes sense. But yeah, so it was good. It was fine. It wasn't quite what I thought it was going to be. I think it needed a bit more heart. But I think really what shines for me was sort of the way it highlights AIDS really well, and sort of would bring that story to a young adult reader. And I think that's very important. I think it does that very, very well. It was just a bit of the rest of it didn't quite work for me. But I'm very, very happy that I've read it. I finally read it. I've owned this book for a really long time. I'm grateful to you for voting. I'm very grateful to Gillian for putting it in. And yeah, I'm really glad I have finally read it. So let me know if you've read this, what you thought of it. Let me know if you've read anything that sounds similar to this. Let me know you're reading. Let's just have a chat. You know, it's my favourite thing. These videos that I do never do that well when they go up on a Thursday, but I like to give you an extra video a week every 4 weeks. So that didn't sound very actually generous, Jack, did it? But it's the best I can do. So yeah, just have a chat to me in the comments. You know, it's my favourite thing. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe. And I will speak to you all really, really soon.